Hey guys, Ron Garen here. This is just a short little update. At least I hope it's going to be short. But about what I'm doing, what I want to do, what I'm currently doing now, what I might do, what I wish I could do, and just random other stuff that I might do. As you know, I've got videos. I'm currently kind of doing an LP of Seizure 3. That game is real hard, and I don't know if I will continue doing that. I would give it the old college try, but I might not put any more Season 3 up. I'll try, and I'll even record me trying, failing, and ending the series properly. But there's that. The arena stuff is cooking. It's going strong. I have a good 2 weeks already recorded. Not quite posted. I'll post one video a week. I want to impose a question out there to anyone who actually watches my stuff. What is the comfortable length in video? 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours. You want me to, like my Final Fantasy IV stuff, I've been recording just my play sessions and then encoding and putting that up. There's no real editing other than me stop recording and then starting recording. Those aren't editing, that's just me stopping the recording and so on and so forth. I don't know, because personally, I like to watch the long stuff. Anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour and stuff like that. I've watched, if anyone knows Tesla.com, I watched their entire drive to CES. I'm that kind of person. A lot of people aren't. Some people prefer 10-minute chunks. Some people prefer 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I don't know. I'm putting it out there to you guys, what y'all would rather. Because I might do the same thing with Arena that I do with Final Fantasy IV. Just upload entire sessions. That'll be for that week, unless I play, but it will be the same amount of time within that week. But I don't know. I might just keep it the way it is. 20-30 minute chunks a day for the weekdays. Half-Life 2, I'm just being lazy with that. I mean, I could record it. That game is fairly easy. It's not particularly difficult. As you know, with the exception, as y'all can see, with any game that I completed already, with the exception of Season 3 and what I'm already doing, most of the games I play are pretty easy. Grand Theft Auto 3, it's tough, it's difficult in spots, but overall it's a pretty easy game. Arena is actually pretty easy also. It's real simple, because you're not really doing anything except leveling up and killing dudes and what's better, armor and stuff like that. Daggerfall, on the other hand, that's a different beast entirely. So I don't know. That's all future stuff. That's why Season 3 might not be finished, because it's just so difficult. And I'm a puss. I can't help it. I play games to enjoy them, not to not to be masochistic about it. Games I do want to LP. I do want to finish Neverwinter Nights. That's why it has all these asterisks and stars and stuff by it. I will do that game. It's just after you lose 50. I lost 59 episodes. I only have 56 uploaded. Or no, I think it was like 61. Because I was recording that on my laptop, and my laptop died. It's still in pieces on my counter. And after losing that, I just lost the desire to. I tried to pick it up twice, and it's just, after you do that first part, it's just like, it's a grind. It turns into a grind to get back to where we were. So I will do that. That is a guaranteed. I don't know when. It might be sometime this year. Who knows? So we'll see about that. Shadowrun. It's a game I grew up playing, and I do want to do that. And that's just gonna get done at some point. That's probably after my Final Fantasy IV, maybe. Who knows? As y'all can see, I don't have, with the exception of down here of Wish I Could LP but Can't, under that category, Final Fantasy X. Final Fantasy IV is the only Final Fantasy I have up here because it's really, besides Final Fantasy X, it's the only one that really matters to me. A lot of people like Final Fantasy VIII. Those people are wrong. That's not a great game. It's not even a good game. And I'm not going to go into why, but you can discuss it in the forums how much you don't agree with me, and I will agree. I'm probably wrong, but I've bought that game 3 times, and I played it to the end boss, Ultimisa, and lost all desire to want to try to beat the game. I could have beat it. I had all the abilities to beat it. Just, I didn't. I actively chose not to beat the game. And not because I couldn't. Because I didn't even try. I didn't even put an effort towards it. I was just like, I don't even care to see this game end. So I stopped. And the other ones is just because, everyone knows what 7 is all about. And I could record it, but I don't want to. I might record 9. I might actually add 9 because a lot of people don't like 9, and I really like 9, which is probably why I don't like 8, because 8 is garbage and 9 is good. So I'm just inciting all kinds of hate, which is amazing. I love it. Another game I want to do is ActRaiser. That's a game that that's probably one of the that's not even a proper sentence. That's probably one of the first games that I cognitively remember in my past. I was 4 years old when that game came out, and I played it to death then, and I bought it, and I own it now, and I played it to completion when I bought it. On Super Nintendo, you can't get it really anywhere else except for the Virtual Console on the Wii, which, I think about it on there too, but it's not the same. It's not the same. And I will do that one. That is another guaranteed, just a matter of when. I don't know, but probably sometime this year. Conflict Denied Ops. It was the first game that I tried to LP, and it didn't. The game's not actually any good. It's not actually it's kind of frustrating, and it's bland. It has great voice acting. I mean, great voice acting. I mean, it has terrible voice acting, but it's great. It's kind of bad where it loops around to good. Not quite Resident Evil. That's a high bar. It's hard to reach, but it's pretty bad. It's not quality at all. Fallout New Vegas. I haven't beaten that game. I should. That's one of the reasons I want to do it, just so I can beat it. And it's such a big game. That's a game that I will only ever play through once, and why not record it when I do it? And I will have a whole bunch of mods for that whenever I do that. I kind of started to before, but I stopped because I just not enough mods, I guess. Fable. I really like the first Fable. When I first bought it, a long time ago when it first came out on PC, I played it. I beat it. I beat the end boss without realizing it was the end boss, which was amazing to me. And then put it down, and then one day I picked it back up and said, I don't think I ever beat this. I think I just beat that one guy and just kind of stopped playing. But then I realized I beat that one guy and said, oh yeah, that's the end boss. That is Jack of Blades. What do you know? But yeah, I'm gonna play that through that game because it's not a very long game at all. It's not very hard either. So I'll probably go through that. And I don't like Fable 2 or Fable 3. I put 20 hours into Fable 2 and didn't beat it. It's not a fun game. And Fable 3, it's just more Fable 2, except not as good. That's what I hear. So I'm never gonna play that. The Guild 2. That's a game that I've never completed. I put 30 hours into it, but I never completed the session. I didn't even beat the main campaign. When the the main campaign is more really just a in-depth tutorial for just free play. And that's a cool game. I might do something like that. I don't know if I'll complete it. Like, I don't know, maybe. I do want to do it though, so I might end up doing that. A Mass Effect I want to play through just because it's one of the few sci-fi space games that I really like. I don't like a whole lot of stuff like that. I don't like Star Wars. I prefer Star Trek over Star Wars just because Star Wars is dumb. To say it nicely, to put it frankly. And I thought Mass Effect was really cool. I thought Mass Effect was more Star Trek than that. It leaned more towards science than magic and fate and all this Matrix nonsense. Because Matrix was a lot like that. Rome Total War, I really like that game. I probably put a good 40 hours into that game, and I don't do that with a whole lot of games. So I might just play through on that for a little bit. That's another game I probably will crank up the difficulty and lose. Not necessarily on purpose, but if I lose, I lose. Then there's that. And Gothic. Gothic is a game that I haven't played through. I would be going through that game blind, but the little I did play of it. This is the first Gothic, by the way, on Good Old Games. I thought that game was great. I mean, it's really weird. The controls are really awkward at first. It's like, wait, how do you pick stuff up? It took me 30 minutes to try to figure out how to pick something up. But I like the way that game is. The combat is kind of garbage, but just the idea, the world of the game is fascinating. And I do want to do that game. That game seems pretty cool. Valdarms is another game that I picked up. My dad actually picked it up like 4 months before Final Fantasy VII came out. And he was like, I saw this, so I just bought it. So, alright, cool. And I thought it was pretty awesome. It's kind of generic in a lot of ways. It's the only Wild Arms I ever played, and it's the only Wild Arms I care about. I'm sure the other Wild Arms are better, maybe. And I believe there's a remake of the first Wild Arms on the PSP, but I've never played it. Never thought about buying it. And yeah, it's pretty cool. I liked it. Rudy's my dog. Phantasy Star. You want to talk about grind heavy? Oh my god. Oh my god. I like that game. Despite you having to grind a whole hell of a lot at the beginning of the game, and you get lost real easy in the dungeons. So I pretty much played that game with a FAQ, although I never beat it. And the only reason I didn't beat it is because I kind of got towards the end of the game and I kind of got lost despite having a FAQ. So that's real good advertisement for that game. But it's really good. I like it. It's fun. It's another space game, sci-fi space game that I like that I don't normally like space games, as I said before, and that's one of them. Although you can't really count that as space game. It's more of a dungeon crawl with sci-fi undertones. Stalker, that's another game I haven't played through, but I want to play through, and a little bit I played of it. I bought this game shortly after it came out on Steam. I mean, it came out before, but when it went on Steam, I was like, oh, that's cool, I'll buy that. It's only $20. So I did. And I played it for about, 10 hours or something like that. And I was like, oh, this is pretty rad. Except, no matter what, they always see me. And, yeah, I kind of put that down after that. I don't beat a lot of games, in case anyone doesn't know. Now, that's all the stuff that I want to do, and I probably will do. This year, maybe. The Guild won't be that hard. Mass Effect, it's only like a 20-hour game. Rome. That could be forever, or it could be short. Although now the games that I might do, but there's no promises. I might do some of these games. In fact, most of these games I probably won't do. Like I might not do Mountain Blade, for instance. It's number 1 on the list. Because that game is all over the internet. I don't know if you know this. And I can't get very far in it. Because I always end up joining the faction that doesn't ever go to war. And I don't want to join another faction because I'm weird like that. So as soon as I'm part of a faction, like I start as my dude would be a Nord, and the Nords are at peace with everyone. They've only got 2 fronts, and those 2 fronts are fighting each other, and the Nords don't want to join in and fight one other side. They don't join. It's like, no, we're not gonna fight. You can help us with our cattle if you want. It's like, no, I'm not gonna join their team either. So that's kind of frustrating, because I am a one loyalty man. I pick a faction. I do all the missions. I do as many missions as I can for that faction. If they go to war, I am their man. But yeah, it just, I don't know. That's frustrating. Daggerfall, compared to Arena, that game's really complicated. There's a lot to that game. That game would probably take me twice as long as Arena is going to take me to finish, which isn't that appealing to me. But the game is. The length of time it's going to play through that game, because it's not nearly as straightforward as Arena. Arena, if you've been watching Arena, it's pretty straightforward. You get a quest to go find a piece, you go get that piece, and then you find another piece. If you want to get an artifact, then you ask around for where that artifact might be, and you go get that artifact. The only thing that's random are the other dungeons. That's not part of the main quest. You do the main quest dungeons, and they're always the same. Even the monsters, in a lot of the cases, creatures. I guess I should say they're not monsters; they're creatures. But Daggerfall, I believe, is not that way. Maybe the main mission stuff is, but there's so much more to Daggerfall. Anyone who's watched Grimmeth R on YouTube, one of his first things is Daggerfall, which is one of the reasons why I subscribed to him in the first place. And he said he didn't want to do Arena because it is simple, and there's really not much to it, and there's not much that he can really say about it. That Daggerfall is just a better game overall, and he's right. He's more than likely absolutely correct. But the reason I like Arena is because it is so simple. It is just straightforward. You know exactly what you need to do, and if you have even I lost my frame of thought. Even just a passing knowledge. There you go. That's the word. I think that might have been the word I was thinking of, but whatever. A passing knowledge of Dungeons and Dragons or anything like that. Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, not 3.0 and up, where you plus 10 is your minimum armor and then all that stuff. I learned that as I was originally playing Arena when it first went free. But if you have even just a passing knowledge of anything RPG related, anything old school RPG, not even just Dungeons and Dragons, but old school computer RPGs, not JRPGs. JRPGs are a different beast entirely. Then you understand Arena. Arena is not a very complicated game, and that is why I like it. And that's one of the reasons why Daggerfall is just so daunting to me. I didn't grow up with these games. I didn't have a PC at the time. I didn't get a PC until like 1999. And even then, it wasn't really a good one. I could play Diablo, and that's why I like Diablo so much. Because I discovered Diablo on PlayStation, and then I found out that it was a PC game. And in 1999, I got it, and I played the shit out of it. Oh my god. And then Diablo 2 came out, and I was done with Diablo at that point. Because I pretty much played Diablo non-stop, hackers and all. That was a great experience. I missed that. I missed those days of the original Diablo. Diablo 2 was kind of boring online. I played it a fair amount, but it just nothing has taken over my experience with the original Diablo. I miss those days. Arena and Oblivion, I played a hell of a lot of that whenever they came out. I never beat them, but really, who has? Well, I shouldn't say that. I'm sure a lot of people have. But the main story in Oblivion and Morrowind just never interested me. So I, for 40 levels, would just run around in the countryside and do side stuff. With Oblivion, I believe I did everything except for the main quest. So whenever I got to the main quest as the only thing left to do, I was like, I don't want to play this game no more. I think about 100 hours is enough for me. And then I put it down. I didn't play with a whole lot of mods either. In fact, that was before Knights of the Nine came out. I put a lot of hours on that game. So if I do those, they're going to be very mod heavy, which I guess is expected nowadays. And Morrowind, yeah, pretty much the same. I kind of like Morrowind more than Oblivion. I prefer the combat in Oblivion, even though the combat in Oblivion is kind of boring, but it's better than Morrowind. So there is that. Yeah, if I do those, then that's gonna be sometime next year, maybe. Because I'll be doing Daggerfall before that. Daggerfall. If I do any more Elder Scrolls, it's gonna be Daggerfall, and then a Morrowind, and then Oblivion, and then hopefully I have the computer capable enough to do Skyrim. I'll probably do Skyrim well after Elder Scrolls 6 or Fallout 4 comes out. Because I don't do a whole lot of new games. Mostly because I can't, and also because I don't want to do new games. I don't even play new games in my free time most of the time. I still haven't played Saints Row the Third, and I really want to play that game, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to get it until after it goes down to like $20, and not because I'm not one of those people that's like, I don't want to buy it full price. I bought Grand Theft Auto 4 times, Oblivion 4 times, Morrowind 3 times. I'm really bad at when I buy games. I will buy the same game multiple times for no reason other than I don't want to plug up this system, so I want to buy it for this system. Which is why I own Oblivion on PC twice, because I own a disc and I own it on Steam. Same reason for Morrowind. I have it on disc, but I also have it on Steam. I'm really bad about that. I spent a lot of money on games, so there's no reason why I shouldn't have all of them, right? Chrono Trigger. I just played through Chrono Trigger. I wrote a very. I don't know. It's probably a very bland review of it on my blog, and there's that. I liked it. That was the first time I played through it. I had played it when I was a kid, but I didn't really dedicate any time into it because we rented it in Blockbuster and Delta Video, places like that. They're kind of like, 3 days, $3, and okay. And you can't really I can't really put 3 days into a game and say, yeah, this is a great game. So there's that. I've never played Chrono Cross, but I do want to play it now because I played through Chrono Trigger. Played through Chrono Trigger on the DS, by the way. So, and I might do an LP of that because I thought it was such a good game, and it's actually pretty short too. You could probably beat it in 15, 20 hours. And for an RPG, that's pretty short. It's not a very long RPG. Any RPG that's shorter than that shouldn't be an RPG. It should be an action game with RPG elements. Uplink. I liked it. I've put 20 hours into that, and I haven't beaten that. That game's a little tricky to record though because there's no way to make it a window, and there's no way to decrease the sound volume. So I would have to go into the game, find a way to get to the desktop so I could lower the volume of the game individually, and then be able to boot it back up. And that's a hassle at best. So I don't know if I'm gonna do that. I might do that if I can figure out a way to record it reliably. I can't do it with Camtasia because it has to be. If I could put it into a window, then I could record it with Camtasia, but I can't. I have not found a way to do that because there's not an option for it in the game, and there's no any file that I can edit or anything like that I've seen I've found. Stonekeep I thought was a very fascinating game. I don't remember what his YouTube name was, but Devastation said that I should play through that game, and you know what? He's right. I should play through that game. It won't be anytime soon because I'm already got a couple of things on my plate when it comes to games I'm going to play. But he's right. I should play that game. It's actually very interesting. And it can be fun. It can be frustrating because that game, like a lot of games in that era, doesn't really explain a whole lot. They don't really explain that there's another room that you should go into that has armor and stuff like that. They don't explain that maybe you should juke and jive because, I don't know. Doesn't really explain a lot, but a lot of games at that time didn't. Torchlight on very hard and hardcore, on very hard difficulty, as a hardcore character, is a lot like a roguelike. In fact, that's probably why they put that in there. And I think that's really cool, because I like roguelikes. So I might do a quote-unquote LP of that. Won't really be an LP, because, well, I guess it would be. I guess any game we play, from my start to my finish, whether it's the game's ending or not, I guess doesn't really make a difference. But yeah, I might do that. That probably wouldn't be a very long video at all, or a long series of videos. Just play, die, start a new character, play, die, start a new character, play, die. That could just be death monologue, or monologue. That's not the right word. Doesn't matter. Let's move on. Theme Park. I played a lot of Theme Park back in the day on the PlayStation, and then I found it on PC and I bought it. Then I found out that I couldn't run it because it was pretty much a DOS game. So I figured out how, and it's somewhere else now. It's somewhere in my closet. So I downloaded it again on Abandonia. I guess that's the way you say it. I think that's where I downloaded it. And I might play that because that's another game just like Torchlight, where I will play it until I either lose or, don't want to play it anymore. Which means it's probably not a very good LP. But I'll probably put like 10 videos of that up, maybe someday, one of these days. Neverwinter Nights 2 I won't do until after I do Neverwinter Nights 1. So since I know I will do Neverwinter Nights 1, because I have my heart set to do it. Eventually I might do Neverwinter Nights 2. Neverwinter Nights 2 is a better game in my opinion, but I haven't done Neverwinter Nights 1, and I don't like to do that out of sequence if I can help it. So there's that. Super Meat Boy, I played a lot of on my on 360, and I can't record 360, so I bought it on Steam, so I might record it there. That game's hard. That's a game that I will be doing. If I do, I will be doing post commentary and edit out most of my failures, and just have a montage of all my failures and stuff like that, which would be cool, I guess. Maybe. But, that's if I do that. Divine Divinity, I really want to like. I just can't find the heart to like it. I really want to. That game seems like it's cool. I put Neverwinter Nights 2 on here twice. Just now realized that. Nope, I'm not going to do it twice. So, I'll just delete that. What was I saying? Divine Divinity 2, or Divine Divinity. Seems cool. Seems like a game I should like, but I just haven't played it enough to know if I like it or not, or if I will ever like it. Who knows? I guess. Borderlands, that's a game I liked. I put a lot of time into Borderlands. I even went through by myself dual screened. Split screen, not dual screen. What did I say dual screen for? Split screen on 360 to get the achievements at Mad Moxie's, because I'm an idiot. Don't do that. Never do that. Don't play Mad Moxie even. Mad Moxie's a bad expansion. And I would play that. I would play that again right now. I might get all the Steam achievements. I just need to get around to getting to that point to where I want to play it again, because it's gonna happen. I would probably play it again right before Borderlands 2 comes out. Play through it again, on PC because I played it through 360 for most. I played it by myself, even though that's maybe a better multiplayer game. I don't know. I'm not real big into multiplayer. I don't even like playing MMOs with other people. I wish you could just do raids by yourself, but that wouldn't work, I guess. Fallout is another game that I put a little bit of time into, and I really like the idea of that game. But that game, when you don't know what you're doing, it can be brutal. It can kick you in the balls if you're just unsure what you want to do. You can mess up your character pretty hardcore. Or I guess you can't mess up your character, but you just won't know how to play your character, I guess. I don't know. Why not? There's that. I do want to do that sometime in the future, though. Games I wish I could LP, but I can't. Divine Cybermancy. I can't play that game because my computer just can't handle it. I have a really shitty 8-year-old computer. It's a dual-core 3.4 gigahertz with a 275 GX. Is that right? GTX, yeah, 275 GTX NVIDIA. So it's not a very powerful machine at all. It can run games kind of sort of well. I mean, I can play through. I can run Deus Ex Human Revolution, but I can't record it while I run. I can run it at a fairly high resolution and play through it pretty well with pretty good graphics, but I can't record it at the same time because Fraps just destroys it. Final Fantasy X, I explained why I can't do that because I can't even use an emulator because my computer's not powerful enough, and I own the disc. I wouldn't be pirating it. I just can't use an emulator with it. Same thing with Persona 4. I really like that game. I've played through Persona 4 twice. I put 1,000 hours into Final Fantasy X because it's a great game, but I don't think even though I put 1,000 hours into it, I don't think it deserves 1,000 hours. I'll be quite honest with you. But I did it, and only about 60 of that is Blitzball because Blitzball gets boring after a little while, and some would even argue that it's not very good at all, and they might be right in some respects, but I still put enough hours into it to where I think, it's all right. There's better ones, better side missions and stuff like that, but it's definitely not the worst. Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim just came out. My computer, as I described, my specs. I could probably run it, but I probably couldn't record it. I can't do Vice City or San Andreas. I can't put them on YouTube because I tried to do Vice City and that just ate up. Just so many people laid claims to it because of the music in the game. And for me, Grand Theft Auto games is all about not the story, but the radio. Vice City, it's pretty much, to me, the only thing I like about that game, to be quite honest with you. This might anger some people, but the music's the best part of that game. It's really the only reason to play that game. So really, what I'm saying is get the soundtrack. Get the soundtrack and you get the only thing you ever need. Except for the talk radio. The talk radio is pretty good. It's one of the reasons why I like Grand Theft Auto games. Grand Theft Auto 4, for mostly the same reason, but my computer can't run that game also because it's a hog. Grand Theft Auto 4, it just eats up graphics, even though it's not even full 720p. At least on the console. I don't know about PC. And that's another game. I own that 4 times. I own it for PC. No, I own it 3 times. I own it for PC. I own a collector's edition for PlayStation. And I have the 360 version. I stood in line at GameStop for that fucking game. And I haven't beaten it. I always stop at I guess it's the halfway point where you have to rob the bank. The bank heist. I always stop there. Because that gets kind of hard. And Dwayne is the way to go. Fuck Playboy X. Fuck that guy in the ass. San Andreas is another game, but that's a good game. I mean, it's not just radio, even the radio is really good. So, and pretty much all three of those Grand Theft Auto games I won't be able to do on YouTube. I might do it on a separate site and I'll link to it, but not anytime soon. Things I want to do that aren't LPs, just videos I want to record just for, funsies. Do more updates. This update's running at 35 minutes right now, which is pretty long, to be quite frank. I didn't think I would be able to talk that much, but I did have a quite big list of things I wanted to talk about. Just games in general. Why want to do them and stuff like that. I don't know. I just want to do videos of Team Fortress 2. And maybe play some games with you guys if y'all want to, do kind of stuff like that. Alliance Valiant Arms is another free-to-play shooter, because sometimes I just like to shoot things and not talk while shooting things, I guess. Even though if there's people that I'm teamed up with, then I guess I would talk with them. Sure. Star Trek Online just went free-to-play, and you know what? I kind of like Star Trek. Not enough so I would watch the shows. Even though I've seen some of them. I've seen some episodes of the shows. Most of the shows, anyways. But yeah, that's a cool game. I like it. I don't think I like it enough to where I would pay for a subscription. But I like it enough that I would give it a shot. Play it until I want to start subscribing to stuff. Early in the game, you don't need to do that. And Dungeons & Dragons is in other roguelikes. I already did one roguelike game, Jade, and I keep trying to record a video of Caves of Cud, but every time I do it, something goes wrong, like the sound isn't right, or for some reason the video isn't recording, even though it says it is. Problems like that. There's a lot of roguelikes I want to check out, like Cataclysm and Rogue Survivors, cool roguelikes. I like roguelikes. If you got a roguelike, point me out a roguelike, and I'll check it out. If I like it enough, I might record it and just put it up. It's cool. I think everyone should try roguelikes, even if you don't think you'll like it. Try one of the ones like Dungeons & Dragons. See if you like that. If you like that, then you'll probably like a roguelike. My favorite types of roguelikes are ones that don't have graphics. If you would have asked me when I first started playing roguelikes, it'd be the ones I do like graphics. Like Ilona looks cool, but Ilona is an asshole. Ilona is just mean. But it's cool. It's a cool game. But it's mean. Kind of masochistic. And I don't really like being masochistic. Other games I don't want to commit to. Sometimes I just might want to record games. Like I might want to record just a little bit of when I'm playing, I don't know, let's say Mount & Blade. Maybe I'm playing Mount & Blade and maybe I just want to record a little bit of it, but don't really want to commit to it. I mean, I might do that. But I don't want people, I don't want, I don't know. I don't know what I want, to be quite honest with you. Flash games, sometimes I play Flash games, sometimes I don't. If I see a Flash game I like, sometimes I put, about half an hour into it. That's a video of me just playing that game. More Diablo 2. I like Diablo 2. Don't get me wrong. And sometimes I might want to record it. I won't record any more Necromancer stuff because I did plenty of that. But Necromancer is not a favorite class of mine at all. I would prefer to play through as a Paladin, but Paladin's kind of boring to watch because you're really only doing one thing. Of course, with my Necromancer, I'm only ever doing one thing with that either, so I guess it really doesn't matter, does it? But with a Necromancer, I can go through faster because I don't really have to worry about gear so much. Paladin, you do. And I won't play as Barbarian because Barbarian is boring to play. I can only imagine how boring it is to watch. That's about it, I guess. Oh, and some random 8-bit and 16-bit games. If I can get a Commodore 64 emulator running, then I'll place the F out of some S on that game. I'll play the S out of some Commodore 64 stuff. Whenever my dad got me a Commodore 64 a long time ago, I was like 8. It was the greatest experience ever. It was my first PC. I love Commodore 64. just from all the little DOS inputs and stuff you have to do in order to. It's like trying to figure out how to play something before you can play it. It's like, okay, you have a Nintendo right now, but the only way you can play it is if you input the run sequence in order to get this thing to run. It was awesome. It's the nerdiest thing, but just having to do when I got a PC and DOSBox and stuff like that, it was like, yeah, you got to do this too. It was like, word. All right, DOSBox is cool, but DOSBox is really not the best way to play games, to be quite honest with you. If you just want to play the games, yeah. That's about it. I've been going for 40 minutes. This is a long ass update, and it's not really an update. It's just me talking about games I want to record, games I might want to record, games I wish I could record. I should stop talking. This is a long ass, yeah. Oh, my recording, my live streaming stuff. I really want to get into that, but I don't want to do it when there's no one there. I guess I should, just for the practice, to try to figure stuff out. But, I'll probably hold off on that. I'll do it every weekend. Like every Saturday for like an hour, I might like play with it for a little bit. But that seems really like something I would have fun doing, just interacting with you guys. So I guess I can do this. Leave comments or something. I don't know. I don't know how to ask for stuff like that. I don't like asking for subscriptions and stuff, even though that would help me in the long run with my channel. Asking for your subscription is just kind of lame, to be honest with you. So you don't have to subscribe. That's fine. Don't. That's cool. But you don't have to do anything. I have a blog. I randomly write stuff on the blog. It really if it has something to do with video games, and it's by accident, or it's just what I'm thinking of at the time. I don't really have any plans, or I don't really plan anything out, or have ideas or anything like that. Anything crazy. What else? Is there anything else? No. I don't think so. Alright. Yeah. That's my update for, what is this? January 23rd, 2012. Maybe I have one next week. Or next month. 2 weeks from now. Who knows? But it's 42 minutes and almost 43 minutes going, and I think I should stop. So let's scroll this up. Hopefully people watch this whole thing. I don't know. Alright. I'm done in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.